It is going to be a ZDD.
Well, I don't want to keep things from our viewers.
Okay. And spawning down in the left position from the team Hot Damn, it is TheCoon.
Hot damn. And from Team Gravity, we have the pretty in pink Zerg, FatCat.
Yes, it is. It looks like right off the bat we're going to be seeing a gateway expand from TheCoon. Yeah. Going to be a gateway first as opposed to a nexus first. And FatCat is going to be going for most likely that hatch first. Yep. Going up to 300 minerals. Going to take that hatch first. And TheCoon actually scouting in the right position. That's going to be pretty nice for him. Especially when your opponent spawns close air. It's the Zerg already by default gets that free Overlord scout.
Right, but I think just with the quickness of seeing that probe, he's going to be able to infer that he's on the bottom.
He'll either think he's in the bottom or he's close ground. But we are going to see FatCat actually going for that. Is that going to be 3 hatch? No, sees the probe and decides instead to go for... Oh,
yep,
wow,
hatch.
It is 3 hatch, but he went gas before his 3rd hatch. That's interesting.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we're seeing Nexus before Cybercore. A little bit greedier from TheCoon, seeing no early pull.
That is a very short rush distance, so FatCat playing very greedy. I really hope it pays off.
Yes, that is one of the reasons that I don't like going 3 hatch before pool on this map.
Absolutely.
You can't see with the Overlord whether or not they've spawned close positions. And if they have spawned close air, you want to be able to expand away from them. Whereas in this position, you're actually spawning towards them, which makes blink all-ins a lot stronger.
Right.
Makes any sort of drop harass more difficult to deal with. But if you build your 3rd base away from them, it's a little bit easier to deal with all of those things. So we're going to see a Stalker actually being chronoed out from TheCoon. Meanwhile, FatCat is going to be going for that Ling speed. Second gateway actually coming down from TheCoon. Going to be looking to build that wall up at the natural. Pylon as a part of the wall, kind of a necessity. Just not much you can do about that.
He's not going to be able to pick off this Overlord, but he is going to be able to discourage any kind of scouting from future Overlords.
Yeah, that's always good, actually.
Yeah.
And it forces away Ling drops, too, which is nice.
Right.
We do see FatCat going back on gas while TheCoon throws down a robotics facility. So might be looking to get some early, maybe Adept harass in with that War Prism. Or potentially could just throw down a whole bunch of gates and go for an Adept all in, but is going to be getting that Twilight Council.
So I see that Evo Chamber, and we're either going to see +1 upgraded Lings or we're going to see a drop coming in. Not quite sure because he doesn't have an Overlord positioned in a spot to do any drops. So I'm sure it's for 1 upgrades.
Oh, that Stalker, it is, you're right, very good. That Stalker getting a little bit brave. Does know that the Ling speed isn't quite done, but could be finishing up any time. And
right.
Wow, you might actually lose this. That would hurt a little bit because also if that pylon gets unpowered, that's actually a desperate situation
right,
for the
absolutely, absolutely. He wants to get a good surround on the pylon. He should have brought more Lings to the back, but what can you do? He's going to get a good surround on the Stalker and pick it off. And
wow.
He's going to, pick up the rest of the pylons that are building.
If he can get these before they finish up,
absolutely.
that would no chance for a pylon overcharge.
Absolutely.
Oh, it is just going to barely finish up, though, and does pull away. Going to go for those probes instead.
+1 upgrades are pretty much halfway done, so if he can just hold out and keep these Lings alive until that happens, he needs to pick off the Adept or just kind of wait it out.
He's actually just continuing to build Lings. And
yeah, there's no reason to stay in this overcharge, though. He's going to lose a lot of these Lings for no reason. Oh, he does take down the pylon.
Yes.
And he does get into the base, but that overcharge is really helping. Oh, he gets the other pylon, too. Oh, my God.
If he can get that 3rd pylon, that's going to
If he can just keep rushing these Lings in. +1 is about to finish. So
he gets the probe before he can build more pylons.
Anything that comes out from this point is just going to get shut down. He does pull probes,
Oh, wow.
but I think that's a last desperate attempt. I think this game is pretty much won.
I think
As
so
long as he
too.
doesn't stay in the pylon overcharges.
Even then,
Get
he can just
into
focus
the
it
mineral
down.
line of the main. Oh,
This game, yeah, this is snowballing way out of control. Can't
Right.
hold that wall at the
but I
natural.
think he lost too many lings, like unnecessarily. He had such a huge ling count.
He did, but he's still continuing to build those, and there's
Right.
nothing that his opponent, TheCoon, can do to stop this.
Right.
But
He's,
nice warp in,
he's
but
targeting down the pylons really well, just basically discouraging any units from being made. He's definitely going to get
morphing
this.
in Banes.
Banelings, interesting.
Oh, and cancels
They
them,
get
realizes
canceled.
he doesn't really need them.
Right.
And we do
GG
see
is called.
FatCat taking that 1-0 lead. With that melee finishing up in the middle of that fight. Really the big deal was depowering all of those pylons at the front. That was
Absolutely.
2 gateways and a robo facility that just were not producing units for a very long time.
Absolutely. It was a very desperate situation for TheCoon.
So FatCat is going to take that 1-0 lead in the series. Ruins of Shiraz is just such a difficult map for Protoss, though, because of that massive ramp at the natural. I think he probably should have gone for a 2 pylons behind the wall. It delays your wall a little bit, but he had seen that his opponent was going for 3 hatches. He could have
Right.
gotten away with it.
If it wasn't for those meddling lings.
If it wasn't for those meddling lings. Pull off the ling's mask, and what do you know? It's a skull underneath.
Okay.